Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It is 12:32 p.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday, August 31st, the very last day of the month. Today, I want to be quick and I want to be concise and I want to share a few things with you. I want to share a few news articles that are very, very, very important and very, very, very big. I want to go over Bitcoin and altcoins specifically because let's be honest, Bitcoin has been boring and altcoins have been rocking this month. So I want to go into what to expect going into September, especially the first few days, as I expect a little bit of volatility into the new monthly candle, as we're seeing right now. Also, microcaps have been rocking. Also, I'm going to talk about a couple microcaps that have not been rocking just yet, but I expect to. So if you like that and you're interested in that, please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it greatly. And always remember that none of this is to be considered financial advice. Everything in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. So I am just a trader. I have my opinions and I want to share those with you. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, I got to get into the price of Bitcoin. I'm going to do that after I share a few news articles because I know some of you just want to hear about altcoins, but the price of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dominance, the price of Ethereum, that all matters when it comes to altcoins. So let's get into the news articles and we'll get into those and we'll get into alts. It will be quick today, promise. I always say that and it ends up being long. First of all, big news, SEC versus Ripple. Next hearing may result in major win for Ripple. And let's be honest, Ripple has been kicking the SEC's butt. And recently what they want is they want all the files about Ethereum not being considered a security, and the judge is saying that they have to hand those over. The SEC is saying that they have special privilege that they don't. Also, XRP and Ripple are saying that they want the trading logs of all the SEC employees because if SEC is a security, if XRP is a security, and the SEC isn't allowed to trade securities, then if anybody is trading securities within the SEC is pretty screwed. So key date is August 31st, which is today, as the court scheduled a hearing with both parties to discuss the privilege dispute that has been dragging for months. That's the privilege dispute that I'm talking about. Anyways, big news for Ripple. We'll look at the chart of that in a minute. Looking pretty bullish. Next, FTX.US acquires Bitcoin derivatives platform LedgerX, and nobody's talking about this. This is huge. That means this brings derivatives and derivatives trading to the US. So FTX.US acquires LedgerX for an undisclosed amount to dive into Bitcoin and Ether futures trading. So FTX US is the United-based affiliate of Sam Bankman-Fried's cryptocurrency exchange. FTX is acquiring the crypto derivatives platform LedgerX for an undisclosed amount. This is big because it's bringing futures to the US. The news comes after FTX.US affiliate global crypto exchange FTX posted the largest private fundraiser in crypto history, raising $900 million in July. The company CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, says in a Monday Forbes interview that the crypto derivatives market is a somewhat misunderstood area so far, but it has the potential to significantly expand crypto markets wider by adding liquidity and making them more efficient in general. So very, very, very big. Talked about FTX quite a few times in the past. It's only about a year old, I feel like, July 2019, so a couple years old. And look at that, like they've come onto the scene. This is the next CZ Binance. Sam is. So big deal, I think FTT is. FTT is their token, FTX, the exchange. Anyways, moving on. Coinbase, this is probably the biggest piece of news in my opinion, wants to list all altcoins. Here's what's coming next. All altcoins. And there's one that I'm really surprised is not on this list. Armstrong revealed to his 723,000 Twitter followers that the crypto exchange is doing its best to quickly and legally list every asset under the sun. So Pump City. So out of the ones not yet launched on Coinbase and are under consideration include, here is the list, okay? So what you want to do, and what I would do, is look at the ones that haven't really pumped in price yet, or have just started to. Like, look at Arweave. Do I have that chart pulled? I don't have the chart pulled up, but it's up something crazy amount. Let's go to Arweave real quick just to see what it's doing. I mean, it's right at the top of that list, and look what it's doing. So usually people know before the public does. I would say that that's going to get listed pretty soon. It's a file storage, and it's literally the only file storage where you could pay a one-time fee and it's good forever. So if you have a $200,000 NFT, you could store it in Arweave for $4 and it's good forever. So people are liking that. And then let me get that chart pulled back up, and then we'll jump back into it. So this is a list of speculative ones that will launch on Coinbase next. So we all know what happens when coins go on to Coinbase. They go up, right? And then the day that they start trading, they go up really quick, and then they sell off every single time, just about every single time. It's not 100%, but nothing is. So very, very, very important to know. I'm surprised that Luna is not on here, because they have the UST coin on there, which is Luna's stable coin. I would think that Luna would have been pretty close to being next, at least. So we'll see. We'll watch this and we'll see what comes of it. But let's get into the altcoins. They have been just going nuts. Let's look at the altcoin market cap first. So you can see we're not at an all-time high, right? The ones that there's, I say they've been going nuts, but it's really been a handful of them. It's been your Solana, Luna did, Arweave has. We've seen Phantom double or triple even. I haven't been in it since 20 or 30 cents, but at 44 cents. So it's been a handful of them, and now Polkadot and Kusama are going off. So you can see that we're getting a little bit of rejection at resistance, but we expected that here. We break this and we move up to all-time highs. Now, that being said, I do expect some kind of pullback, and I'm going to talk about the monthly candles here, right? So you look at this, not so bad, right? But we're near the top, all right? So we're seeing a little bit of pullbacks in some of these. Let's go to Solana first, down to 111. Not bad, but you notice this wick at the top, and I'm going to talk about the importance of that, right? Because if we're at the top, chances are, right, it's not 100% again, but chances are that we're not going to go straight up just from the top of this candle should we finish there. I mean, you look at here, we closed here, we dropped down a hair and then we ran. We closed here, we dropped down a tiny bit and then we ran. And then you see a little bit of consolidation here in a wide range. But even here, look, we close, we drop down significantly and then we run. But now we have this large candle. And this large candle here was followed by a red candle for the month, right? So a lot of people expect the month of September to be flat, at least as far as Bitcoin goes. We're on such a strong run, and things are really catching a lot of steam in altcoins. And, we are a little high in the RSI. We're not quite in the 90s yet, but, should we finish this daily candle red, I'd expect maybe like a hammer candle, to signify a continuation. But, you're seeing rising volume. We finished green. I'd like to see you finish out over the high of yesterday. But it just wouldn't make a lot of sense to not see. I mean, this is nice that we're seeing a pullback here because we can continue on right from here, maybe with like just a shallow drop, and then fill up this wick and continue to move upward. I mean, it's very, very large move, up 250% from entry. In Stock Market Mentor Forum, I mentioned that I sold half my position. I was in a trade from about 34 to about 43. That was a trade. My core position, I sold half. Normally, I'll do that at 100% gain. So then it's just that riding free shares kind of strategy. You've taken all your initial position out. Now, no matter what, you can't lose. Looking at the Bitcoin chart, right, we're hovering right above that 200-day moving average, which I like, and it's looking like that 50-day moving average could come up and golden cross here. I'd hate to see it curl back down, but altcoins are really what it's all about right now. We broke out. I'm going to continue this line right here, and we're still kind of on that trend line, the breakout retest. So not looking too bad, not looking too bad at all. It could be the time for Bitcoin, Ethereum to make a move, because those handful, or it's more than a handful, but those handful of altcoins have seen their run. Here is the other thing to consider is Bitcoin dominance just keeps dropping further and further. I would expect at least a double bottom to about 39% before Bitcoin starts to move up. So, moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum, there's its monthly candle, right? You do see these monthly candles just continue, right? Just one building off the other. You may see that. Just something to watch for, the volatility in the new monthly candle. Now, looking at the daily, Ethereum is breaking out. So, looking a lot stronger than Bitcoin right now. Ethereum had its EIP 1559. That happened. It is in the future supposedly going to be deflationary, but at least it's less inflationary now, and it's the main project that everybody's building off of. Solana, all the NFT and DeFi projects want to build on Solana right now, but Ethereum right now still is top dog in the altcoin market, and it is breaking out currently. Want to see it close over this high of 33.78. So getting into altcoins, not going to talk about the trusts just yet, but we have Kusama and DOT, the two parachains, not actually a cryptocurrency, but Kusama and DOT both kind of doing the same thing right now. DOT's up 16%, Kusama's up 34%. The main reason, I think, is Kusama has more parachains coming out, and essentially Kusama's going to run out at some point, because how it works is you stake, and I could get this slightly wrong, you stake Kusama for 48 weeks. It's locked up in order to qualify to be considered for a parachain. So individual investors can invest into these projects, and then if that project wins, they gift you in their native coin, and you're essentially lending them Kusama in order to do that. So pretty interesting. I haven't looked too much into it yet. And then when Polkadot does that, oh man, they're going to be doing the same thing. Polkadot.js, I think it is the website being put together for that. Anyways, those are the two major runners today. Phantom and Solana have been the major runners in the past, but you can see these monthly candles, right? We've seen some resistance in the monthly candles on Phantom right here. You're seeing a pullback. We had a high of like 89.90 cents, and now we're at 74. And yeah, you see these wicks at the top, and if we finish red, I could probably expect a little further. I mean, it was like 100%, a low of 41.61, and I was in 44 way back here, so I had to watch it go up and come back down. Low of 41 to a high 90 in 4 days. So phenomenal. So definitely took quite a bit off the top there. And Solana, just wanted to mention one more time. This one is really strong. Really strong. Still no reason to see any slowing down. Just something to consider is the monthly candles. Altcoins, though, are where everything's at. They serve more purpose than they did 4 years ago, and they are becoming a big deal, especially because of NFTs and DeFi. So I have a DeFi microcap. Actually, the other one would be considered DeFi too. I've talked about both of them in the past. First, talking about XRP. XRP, a couple times wanted to break out. Looks like it's still holding its breakout a little bit. Kind of want to see a breakout at the top end of that. So that's what we want to see on the little bottom end. So could see some further consolidation. And this court case could continue into November unless there's a settlement. And it could be, if the SEC is really looking that bad, they could settle, just say, hey, Ripple, pay us this amount, we'll settle, we'll be done with it. And then what happens, price goes up and then lists back on all these exchanges that delisted it, and price goes back up again. We're almost a year now. December was a year since the announcement, right about after Christmas. So microcaps have been crushing, right? Exceed Me up about 250%. Chain Guardians up like 300%. We've had some microcaps really take off. Space Swap is up 100%. There were some other ones too that I posted a picture of on the Twitter because just over the last 30 days. But two that I've talked about that just have not done anything, and one of them really has never ever done anything. But I always said, if you really believe in DeFi, buy Chainlink, because they essentially connects everything. Chainlink, it's essentially in the name. Anyways, YFDAI. This was one that has been really, really good, and then really, really bad. Came down from a all-time high of 72, 77, 74, still down 90% from there. All-time low is when it launched, so it's still up 510% from when it launched, $123.79. Right now, I'm going to go by the CoinGecko price, sitting at 762, just because it is a little illiquid on KuCoin, just because they only hold 21,000 total supply. This circulating supply is not correct, I'm willing to bet, because they are talking about changing the staking rewards from YFDAI to SafeSwap Governance Token, which is the SafeSwap token for their DEX. And the reason why this is good is because one of my thoughts was like, well, 72% APR, that's great, but what did I do is I'd take that and I'd sell it, and it's almost like, guaranteeing gains. And now you won't be able to sell YFDAI staking rewards because there won't be YFDAI staking rewards shortly. There will be SSGT staking rewards, so could be good if people lock that up and stake it. There's also SSGT airdrops for staking YFDAI. There's also automatic entrance into pre-sales, which they haven't really had one in a while. But they do have a large, growing, working team together, so they are active. They're not dead, you know what I mean? So this is a DeFi coin, and it had a previous high of 7,200, only a circulating supply of 21,000. I compare this a lot to Yearn Finance. Very similar ideas. I think YFDAI has more on the roadmap, which roadmap means nothing unless you execute. And Yearn Finance went up to like 7. That's not the maximum chart, is it? July 2020. Let's go to YFI on the TradingView chart. YFI. So let's go to the history of YFI. Went all the way up to, oh, that's all the way back here. That's why. Okay. It's not going all the way back. Let's find YFI on Binance. Here we go. This will show it. Binance. It's also not showing it. Anyways, YFI went from like $700 all the way up to $7,000, and then it came down to like 1,400? No, I'm sorry. It went from 3,500. It is showing it 3,500 all the way up to 42,000, all the way down to 7,400. And YFDAI did something very, very similar. Went from like 300 all the way up to 7,200, and now it's at 7. It went down to like $500, so almost back to where it started. So I expect it to make a similar move like that. Only a market cap of 3 million. So this is one of those like low market cap. Throw a little bit in, and it is a high risk reward. The other one, last one I want to talk about, is Umbrella Network. I'm sorry, there's one more after this, Umbrella Network. And Umbrella Network just kind of launched right at the worst time, February, March, and just kind of has always just gone down. But you can see this flatness right here, similar to YFDI. My dog's barking. This flatness right here, this is a sign of a bottom, and that's what I'm playing. And we're up 23.9% in Umbrella today. It was as high as 28 cents today. I actually bought a little more today, but just kind of holding these. This also offers staking at about 0.41% a day. Anyways, last one I want to talk about is DeFi Click, another DeFi program. Got in at 49 cents, went all the way up to about where we're at now, 77, 78, maybe a little 74. Came all the way back down below my buy point. I'm like, whatever. This is why I like staking, because it'll help negate some of those losses, and you'll earn tokens back. Back up to 77, very low market cap, previous high of 40 cents, I believe. So those are three DeFi projects. Now, Umbrella is similar to Chainlink. They're an oracle, but I kind of put that in the DeFi category because it's going to connect DeFi projects. So I like those three microcaps. I also, I'm going to add this last one. Sorry, I like this the least as far as like manipulation goes, but as far as like risk reward, this is a $587,000 market cap at $800, had a previous high of 16,500, and look how fast it went up. And it's got a kind of got that similar curve with the uptick. Never any real volume because it only has 5,000 total coins. Also a DeFi project. There's staking and farming, especially with their Milk 2 token. They have two tokens, Milk 2 and you earn Shake, but I prefer the Shake just because it's one of those ones, probably throw the least amount that you'd throw into anything else, probably the riskiest just because it could be the most volatile because it does have the lowest supply out of anything that I mentioned. But I think DeFi, want to line up our cards there. We have Polygon, is another one, and we have Cosmos as the bridge. But yeah, I think that we're going to see another DeFi run. That's one of the things that people are interested in. The other thing that people are interested in are NFTs, and I think we're seeing a top. I'm not ready to call a top on anything, nor ever call a top on anything, unless we see exhaustion gaps or just parabolic moves or climax tops. But I forget who it was talking about following the people's wallets who are really big into buying, selling NFTs, and he's kind of showed that they were selling them and not replenishing them with new purchases. So I don't know. The floor on Bored Apes is $200,000 for a JPEG of a Bored Ape. I don't know. I especially can't call a top on it if I don't really understand it or get it or see the value in it. So I'm not going to venture out of my area of expertise. I'm just going to stay with trading. And so far, right now, the plan is long-term swing trade, if not long-term hold. So anyways, that's the video today. Just wanted to talk about potential volatility in the new monthly candles. Sometimes we've seen them just pick up right where they left off and keep on going up. We've seen some crazy moves, and some of them I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum make its move while others kind of held still or pulled back. I wouldn't be surprised to see Solana keep going, even though I sold half my position, but I'm riding more than just free shares. I'm riding profit now. So I always like to do that. I always like to lock in profit, sell on the way up. Could I see it being $200, $300 a coin? Yeah, because everybody wants to build on it. Every NFT and DeFi project wants to build on Solana right now because Ethereum's too expensive. It's still not fixed the fees, and that might not come till the end of the year. So will Matic, rebound and start moving back up again? I don't know. There's a lot of competition in the space. the coins that are listing on Coinbase soon. It's kind of like make your best guess if you want to play that game. If it's something that you're already in, great. And then, we have some microcaps that I think are yet to take off that still have potential, literally 1,000% potential, if not more. I mean, we've seen it happen. Solana was almost at $1. Now it hit $130. That's 13,000%. Shiba Inu, I threw $350 in it, and it made me 14,000%. It was probably like 11,000% by the time I finished selling everything. Dogecoin, 0.2 of a penny to 74 cents. You see it happen. So it's like, you want to trade, you want to stick to your game plan, but you still want to put in 5, maybe 10% of your portfolio into some of these that you really believe in long term. Like with YFDI and with Umbrella Network, I'm thinking like 1.5, 2 years, until they really see, their full potential, if they follow through on everything. Exceed Me has been moving up, but like to reach its full potential and really get popular, I could see it being another 1.5 years, so it could be in the next cycle. We could end this cycle. But anyways, I'm rambling now. I just wanted to get those out there because I like to get into the ones that I think have potential and haven't ran yet, especially if there's staking involved. 72% for YFDI, and it's about 150% for Umbrella Network. It's only about 50% if you commit to 90 days for DeFi Click, but still, it helps negate if it just tanks or doesn't do anything. And I think that's incredibly valuable. And I'm also looking for like dependable projects. Umbrella Network had a hack and it has since fixed its errors. DeFi Click's probably a little more risky, but even so, Umbrella Network is above the price that it was at when it got hacked. It was at like 22 cents. YFDI has been around. They pride themselves on no rug pulls. So projects that they list on their decentralized exchange and them in general, no rug pulls, no hacks, things like that. So anyways, again, rambling. We've seen some level 1 altcoins really move. Will they continue? Maybe. I've taken some profits. I've trimmed a little bit, but they are ones that I plan on holding for quite a long time. But there's nothing wrong with selling half at 100% or just taking some and then riding the rest, because you always want to protect your downside. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. And I think that we do have the rest of the year that some of these run, especially I think Bitcoin will have its day. I think Ethereum's looking like it really wants to go here. So that's all I'm going to say. Again, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. I appreciate everyone who has. Everybody who hasn't, no hard feelings. If you do have not subscribed and you choose to today, I greatly appreciate it. I do have a goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers. I'm at about 269 or 270 or something like that. So definitely appreciate it. And we're going to keep rolling with this. And bull market, bear market, I'm going to keep making videos. And I think we've done a pretty good job of following the flow of the market. So please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and then I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.